Technical difficulties all day. Hopefully,
Sorry,
we all can be
everybody.
heard. Maybe that's a good thing.
All right, we back.
All right.
That's what happens when
I
I
was just
show up late.
I was just basically just going over the recap of my week, so you guys can kind of that mic. Come on, you got to mute. You got to mute your phone in the background. But Big Mo, go ahead and give me a recap of your week.
Oh
I
man.
basically just told people about what happened, at the end of the season. That's why it's called the end of the road. And I talked a little
Ah,
bit about that stuff, my week and what I've been doing.
you know what? I never even think about your why you title things the way you title, but Chat Hour season ended. It did. It ended in fashion. I actually think we had a really good week, but we didn't win no games. So I know y'all been hearing that all year long, but we didn't win no games. I had league meeting tonight, and I thought it went really well. There was a lot of things I liked. There's a lot of things I think next year we're gonna have to change and get used to from a league perspective, but trial and error. So I'm excited. But yeah, we didn't win no games. But man, we were close. That's all I can say. Other than that, it's been chill. It's been a chill week for me.
What about you, Magic Mike?
Um, so this week, not really too much going on in my life. Still unemployed, like normal. Like I shouldn't say like normal, like a lot of
I was just saying
Americans
like
right now.
normal. Come on, man. Yeah, you
um,
ain't gotta tell people that. Like, why?
but got tickets to go to the home and garden show, so I took my two daughters up there and had a really good time looking at doing some remodeling in the house. So
What you take away from a home and garden show? I actually want to go to that one year.
I'm going to the other one because I wanted to go today, but I was busy doing.
yeah, I got your
Yeah.
ticket. So yeah. Um, well, what I took, because you got your like cover done on your deck and everything, and I really like the
Mhm.
looks of that. So I went and they had similar stuff like that there, and I asked the guy from Rick's Custom Fencing. I was like, "Hey, I've got this much," and they're like, "How much is that going to cost me in merchandise and stuff like that?" And he's like, "Oh, about $20,000." I was like, "What?" it's like, it's
I
like
was like,
I'm gonna do that
Robert.
myself. No, totally, Robert. Man, it's just like
I'm gonna
I was
take
like,
a moment and this show is sponsored by RP Construction, um, top tier
The show is
builder.
sponsored by Platinum Premier Events, Platinum
My re-
Premier, Platinum Cash.
my recommendation: if you need homework, reach out to him. He's amazing.
he is amazing.
Yep,
Um, he's done a lot of work
I
in
might
my
need.
house, and at the time that we did a big remodel, we opted not to go with Robert because I had that. We just didn't want to throw like family and friends in the mix to have like a big work done. And now
So you
I
say you didn't
want to
trust
pit.
him,
No,
Mike?
it didn't. I didn't want to trust him. I didn't want to lose a friendship if something happened.
Dang.
And I kick myself every freaking time. I was like bend over, put foot to ass for not going with Robert. So
He comes to
yeah,
the rest. He comes to the rescue. That's for sure.
yeah. When
He
Lowe's tried to burn down my house, Robert came and fixed all
Damn.
their stuff.
You should have let him burn it down. Get that insurance
I
money.
should have let it
hey,
catch fire. Yep.
he came by today and
Speaking of
installed the
fire,
new
I got a fire hazard happening right now.
guys. He came by today
I
and
might need
installed the new
Robert over there
toilet for
tomorrow.
me. Platinum.
What's up?
He came by today and installed the new toilet for me.
Did you get the
You
bidet?
couldn't put a toilet in?
I needed the taller toilet, man. Let me tell you guys, I had this little one since we moved in this house. It wasn't big. I got a bigger one
Oh, it was
now.
hurting your knees? It was hurting
Yeah,
your knees because you're doing
yeah,
squats?
yep. Hey, now my wife got a now my wife get on the toilet, her feet swing.
So,
So she's got to have a footstool.
so
I'm in the
you got your
game.
wife looking like a
Her
like
feet
she
swinging.
a toddler in a toilet.
I'm in
She
the
got the
game uncomfortable. I
she got
actually
the
may have
squatty
them.
potty.
I
I
may
could
have
just
them
see her
installed
face.
in
I
all
could
of
just
it.
see how mad she is when she go to sit down too. God damn.
just swinging her feet.
You don't use a big ass toilet. I don't even know why he did this anyway. Always got to be different.
Oh man. I may have him install the rest of my house, but he did it in my master bedroom, man. I love it.
Dang, now you got to walk all the way upstairs just to use the bathroom.
I do. Yep, you're right. I do.
And you can't go nowhere else because they're gonna be saying that. That's why you put that toilet in there. You better go on all the way upstairs and use that one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
See, that's the same stuff my wife would be saying too. See, that's why you better go on all the way up there. You got that special toilet in there for you. You better go use it.
Yeah, he'll.
And I'll be like, I better not see you using it either.
Yep, I'm also installing the bidet whenever it comes.
Oh,
that's the good one.
Yeah, I had to get the one that the seat warm.
Oh yeah, Philo's got that at his office, and he talks about it all the time.
What are we doing on the toilet? What do you need that you got to have your ass warmed up while you're getting the water sprayed through it at the same time? Please explain to me why that needs to happen.
I don't know. It just sounded right, bro. I don't know. Hey, here's the thing. I don't spend a lot of time in the bath. I don't spend a lot of time in the bathroom. I just felt the need of it.
Yeah, you might as well go and get the TV put in. Everything.
Hey,
you can just get it. Hold up. I'm taking a booty bath. That's what I'm doing.
I can't do that. Yeah. See, if I got that TV to install, we got a bigger problem.
It's fresh like a daisy.
Oh man.
Mike, you got one of them?
I have I've got a billet bidet up in our master bedroom, but it don't have the dryer or the it's just cold water, and you spray it up there, and you're getting sprayed up there. And
yours is just cold water?
Well, no, we gotta get warm water.
Why are we doing this?
Oh no, we gotta get warm water.
Why don't you just wipe? Why don't you just get a moistened wipe?
Wait. First of all, Jenny, yes. First of all, it has nothing to do with being able to wipe, right? When you leave, you want to be fresh, right?
I know. Why don't you get a moistened wipe?
Well, I do use. Well, that's what I use.
I got the dude wipes.
I use wipes, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When you're at home, right? Like again, wipes add up. The money add up over time if you think about it, right? Like if you really think about, we got Amazon like on auto delivery, like every 90 days or something. That adds up, guys.
Yeah. And we got those dude.
At least yours comes every 90 days. Mine comes every 2.
No, I think I was. I could
every 2 days.
It could be more. I'm just talking about the wipes by itself, but I think it's set up every 90 days.
Wipes. I'm just talking about Amazon themselves.
Yeah. No. Amazon used to live at our house, but now they don't as much. We're on a spending freeze.
Ooh, we need to do that after I get all my man cave stuff.
I say that now, and then they show up tomorrow.
Yeah,
what we got going on?
Y'all know what? Mike, were you done with your week? Sorry, we just went off the tangent.
Yeah, no. So that's pretty much my week. I went back to my doctor on my back issue and possibly got to have surgery on that. So we go and see.
Let's talk about that really quick, Mike. Now that we got you in the chat.
As you're bowling, what did you do to your back?
Yeah, let's just talk about that. What's wrong with your back? Like don't give us the full 90-minute story. Give us the 30-second version of what's wrong with your back.
I got a L1, L2 crushed disc. Not a crushed disc, but
okay.
And how long have they known about this?
I've been working with this now going on 3 years.
So here's my struggle. Why they wait 3 years to determine you might have to have surgery?
Because the insurance company don't want to pay for it.
So they just gonna let you run around here.
They string you along until you get at your wits end. They hope that you stop pursuing it and go on and go somewhere else, and they come out victorious.
I think you might need to go to Platinum Cash Legal Services. We might have
I get surgery the next week.
We might have a case.
True. Hey, it's not only that, it's just because the wife is also in the industry. If I got a surgery plan, I get in there that next week. They'd be like,
well, yeah, because you're paying for it. I'm trying to get the workman's comp people to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it. They want to do you just very, very little.
Well, Mike, we hope that back get well. We hope to get well, my guy.
I do too, because I want to go golfing, and Maddie wants me to take her golfing.
Hey, I think you need a sauna over there.
I saw that sauna back up for sale. By the way,
Time
Marcus,
out.
I don't know
When did
what's
it hit
going
the
on.
sale? Wait, when did it hit the
Hey,
sales
hey, this
cycle
not a been
again?
on sale. Hey, it's been blowing up. I'm getting a lot of I've been getting a lot of hits on this sauna. We trying
What's
to
the
get it out of
lowest
here.
offer? What's the lowest offer
The
you
lowest that
got?
I've gotten so far,
Yeah.
$1,200. That's the lowest.
Dang, y'all just gonna get rid of my son? All right, I gotta talk. I gotta talk to Williams after this.
I thought
Dang.
that I already talked
Hey,
to Platinum
see,
about that. I thought that was a
Man Cave is in the
done wrap.
process of a remodel.
I hear you. I hear you. But so is my house right now. It's in the
Yeah, so
process.
it's in the process of getting a remodel. All I'm missing, and I can't order on Amazon, so I got to go pick this up directly. Is the pole?
Is the what?
What kind of man
Told you
cave you
this
putting
is
up?
about to, this is about to be a lounge. This is grown and sexy lounge. It's about to be.
So I don't
Hey,
even want to know.
hey, you know what they always say? If you can't go, bring them to you.
There you
Oh
go.
man,
Just saying.
I,
Just saying.
Jenny, I get that you got to get it sold ASAP, and you have
See,
a
she don't even care
purchaser.
what I said.
I'm just working through some stuff.
Oh, yep,
Oh
selling
man.
everything.
What we
Told
got
you,
in the
man.
news?
It's for my funds. What we
What
talking
we
about
got in
today?
the news, bro?
Oh, we got a lot of stuff in the news.
Oh
I'm gonna
boy.
start local. I'm gonna work my way up to the big stuff.
Okay.
I know Mike's ready for today. I know he's ready for the big stuff to talk about. He's blowing up. He's blowing up my phone, my chat, all late into the nights. Him and Lila.
Oh.
First thing we're talking about locally up in Washington, right? We got up in Gig Harbor, Washington, 4 people were stabbed and killed. Five, including the suspect, the 32-year-old who the police shot, was wielding the knife after stabbing 4 people in the front yard of the house there in Pierce County. The mother did have a protective order against her son, and they're assuming that was the son that ended up going over there and killing them.
Wait.
Uh,
Repeat that again. What happened?
just this last week on Tuesday, a man was shot and killed in the front yard of a home in Pierce County in Gig Harbor. He had stabbed and killed 4 people. They didn't release any of the names yet. The names have not been released, but they did say that the mom at that particular house did have a protection order against her son. So he obviously couldn't get a gun, and he came over and decided to kill his
With a
family.
machete? Well, let me ask you this. This so
They
anytime it
didn't. They
comes
didn't. They didn't disclose what type of knife. They just said a
see,
knife.
but I think that's the thing. When it comes to me, because I hear a lot of stabbings lately, right? And I also be hearing it's like multiple people with stab. I always
Like,
try and
what were the
figure
other
out
people doing?
what type of knife, right? Because if you're stabbing this many people with a kitchen knife, we got a bigger problem. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
even if it's
you
well, even if
telling
it's a
me
machete, once he swings at the other person, why aren't you running
that
or getting something to come at him?
any knife, right? Like or why?
No, no, no. I don't know how old these people were. I don't know how young these people
Okay,
were. I don't know the
okay,
age group.
okay,
So I don't know what was going on. I don't know if one was outside and the other
okay,
one came out and it was like one at a time, or I don't know how that worked.
okay. Gotcha.
They're still piecing together the information, but that was just what was disclosed
I
so
follow
far.
you. I follow you.
I
Okay.
don't know why
And
everybody got to be
coming out
so
soon, there's going to
violent
be some kind of
nowadays.
mental health issue.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with what Mike just said.
What'd
I
you say,
don't know
Mike?
why people got to be so violent.
Oh,
I
yep.
I didn't read up on the topic, so I can't give a lot on it, but it does just sounds like to me. I again, chat. It's not that I don't believe in mental health, and I want to make sure I call that out before I say what I'm gonna say. Um, because I feel we got to stop blaming these dumb things on mental health and just call it what it is. This is a sick bastard, man. I'm
Yeah.
like that. It's that plain and simple, bro.
I mean, where's the breaking point? You know, it's like with your family. It's like where does it come? It's like, my God, it's like, you know, there's times that I'm driving down the street. Yeah, somebody pisses you off. You're like, fuck, I want to bust that guy. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and do this. But you know, there's that little person behind you sit there, and it's normally the one that's sitting right next to me, my wife, telling me to calm down. You know, and I'm just like, all right, all right. But you know, I've been going to the Buddhist temple lately, and um, they're working on like your inner peace and look past certain
Woosah.
things. Yeah, the wusa type of.
Certain situations.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
this and me and Tramby sitting there. I was like, oh God, I need to calm down. She's like, yeah, you're up there right now. I was just like, all right, I'm coming down. She's like, ah.
It was
So
what she
yeah,
was.
she
yeah.
reminds me of that all the time. So
Well, I just think that's the problem, right? Like I think you just said it best. You know, like most family members or friends or whatever you want to call them typically can say something to any other person and calm them down, right? Um, or it doesn't get to the point where the buddy finna go freaking switchblade, whatever you want to call the dude name, and just start chopping up people. But I'm starting to hear this more and more often with stabbings, right? It's not one person
Yeah.
getting stabbed, it's not two people getting stabbed, but you're starting to see multiple stabbings, right?
yeah,
And
Yeah, because
to
that happened
platinum,
just in Florida on our last time we talked about
yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly, it was. And to your point, and again, I don't know how the people were, but you can run, you can grab a bat, you can grab something and swing back. Like I'm just thinking all of these other things you can do. And maybe he's walking up behind him when no one is looking and you're stabbing him. I don't know. Right. But I just think it's crazy.
But they were all out. This was all out in the front yard.
yeah. It's like the gangs of New York, man. That guy
Like
had it just right.
it's almost when you're thinking when you're hearing it, it's almost like a video game, like or like a movie. Like the people just
Yeah.
came out one at a time, try to
Yeah.
fight him,
But
and he was like boom, boom, boom.
yeah, buddy just
And
slid
this
in
dude's
Call
like
of Duty.
Rambo.
Buddy just slid in
Yeah,
Call of Duty yesterday and stabbed me and kept running. But yeah, no, I hear you. No, I don't know, man. I just think it's crazy. And like you said, it's all in the front yard. So it's not like they were sitting like one, two, three. I'm pretty sure there was space. I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe they started arguing once he stabbed the first person and they just ran up on him and I don't know. But shoot, man, I don't have the answer to that one. I just think it's crazy.
We'll get
Condolences
more
out
information as more
to
is
the victims,
released
but
with the
yeah,
names and what really happened.
that's unbelievable. Yeah, I need to read up on that a little bit more because I'm curious around it.
Well, this it doesn't get any better in this story. Beyond bullying, jury rewards a white teen, Asher Van, 3.2 million this past month after he admitted to making a 13-year-old black classmate, Shamarian Humphrey, drink pee and called him racist slurs while on a weekend slumber party with a bunch of friends back in 2021. And argued he was suffering. This kid said he was argued that he was suffering from mental distress from being called a racist from people. So he was rewarded $3.2 million.
Where was this in
What do you think
Texas?
about that?
Where was this?
This was the
Texas,
kid. Yeah, they
Louisiana.
were out of Texas.
Of course,
Yeah, they were out of Texas.
doesn't shock me. That I mean, why you think I said
Oh
what
wait,
you think?
and then the kid that this actually happened to, they did do a GoFundMe, and his GoFundMe was about $100,000.
So they made the kid drink pee.
They made the kid drink pee. They
They
bullied
bullied him.
him, and then
They bullied him.
he racist slurred him all weekend while he was away at the slumber party. I don't know why he didn't call nobody to come pick him up, but this occurred.
Okay.
The mom got upset, pressed charges or whatever. Nothing happened to the kid, and in turn, the kid actually got rewarded $3.2 million.
Hmm. Wow. Who's paying it? The other parents?
No, the
The
state.
state paid it.
Oh, the state paid it. So
Yeah.
where'd the state
No, no.
come involved in that? Because the bullying was
Because
happening at
I don't
school or
know who he
something.
ended up suing. I guess he went back and sued the state because they came after him, but he was suing
So he
them
wasn't.
because they said he said he was in distress from being called a racist.
So he wasn't charged for
Nope,
bullying or hazing or anything like that, because
nope,
that is a crime, by the
nope.
way. Um,
Correct,
and instead of them charging him, or they may have attempted to, where he got off, he
correct,
turned around and sued them,
correct.
and then they awarded him 3.2 million.
Yeah,
And he's trying to say he was mentally stressed because they were calling him a racist.
correct.
Okay.
I still don't. I still don't get where the state comes involved. Was it like
They were looking to,
kids?
they,
Were they
they was looking to
working for the state?
Mike, they was looking to charge him. He got off.
They were, yeah, they were,
Oh,
So he
the mom was looking
countersued.
to charge him.
So he
okay.
And so
countersued.
instead of him charging, they dismissed the charges, and then he turned around and
He
countersued and said
countersued.
that he was distressed from being called a racist that whole time,
Oh,
and people calling him a racist because the charges got dismissed.
Only in Texas, bro.
So they
All I
rewarded
can
him three
say.
point two
Well,
million
Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama. Eh, you know what? That story just alone just shows you how sick people are in this country. First of all, like bullying is just not acceptable in all ways. Period. Doesn't matter what the situation is. That's just an unacceptable situation. You just don't bully nobody. Period. Secondly, the racism part doesn't surprise me, right? Um, that's just the world we live in, right? And it's easier as I get that people, you know, that aren't racist, and I know there's more that's not than there is out there in this world, can say, how can you say that? But it doesn't surprise me, right? Like, um, me being black, me being a male, in this world, like racism doesn't surprise me, man. I've seen it all, right? So when you've seen it all, growing up and stuff, it doesn't, nothing surprises you, right? To the point that now, when you are impacted by racism, it doesn't get under my skin anymore like
Yeah,
it used to.
it gets
But
under my skin.
I, y- you know, I know a
You
lot of
know,
people. I know a lot of people whose skin it does get under. I just think if you act in that situation, you can ruin everything that you have in your life over something that was so petty. As a black person, Mike, right? Not and again, I'm only speaking, for me, I'm only speaking for my color, for who I am. But if I take all of the racisms that has been thrown at me or sent to me and I act on it, right? All of a sudden I lose everything and trying to get stuff back becomes impossible. You, being a white male, may be a little bit different, right? You act on it, life goes on.
we had the
I mean,
racism with we're biracial family. You know, I'm a white guy, my wife's Asian.
Mhm.
And we went probably to the most racist part of the country that you can ever get to is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Um,
down
and
south.
I'd never experienced anything of that nature. And a pristine place, they want to draw tourists in there, but they would not wait on my kids and my daughter because of the color of their skin.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, fucking piss me off. I'm just like, come on, America, we're way past this. It's just
You would
that,
We're
think we're way
not.
past this.
We're,
but
we're not.
it goes both ways, I guess.
Yeah,
So
we're not. I mean, we're only as far as our weakest link.
Well, I'll
That's
tell
just
you
how
how
I look
weak we
at it.
are.
Yeah,
A
we're
married
only as
couple
far
out of
as our.
West Virginia.
Go
A
ahead.
married couple out of West Virginia. Uh, Dude's name is Donald Lance, and his wife Janine Whitefeather were both sentenced to 375 years in prison this past week after being found guilty of human trafficking, civil rights violations, and child neglect for having adopted five black kids and had them living in horrible conditions, forced to be slaves on a farm, eat and sleep in a shed with no plumbing or proper food. This is 2025, 26, Mike.
Mm.
Boom.
I don't blame the family. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't blame. First of all, who the hell gets sentenced 300 years? You only got about 70, 80 years in you. That's step one. We'll talk about that system later. I don't blame the family um of that. I blame the people that allowed them to adopt and didn't follow up, right? Because from my understanding and from what I've researched, is that adoption is a process, right?
Correct.
And I'm pretty sure this ain't nothing, you know, uh, I don't think they adopted them all at the same time. I'm pretty sure they
That
adopted.
I don't know. I don't know.
So I blame the system, right? Like our system is broken, and you can't fix it. Period. And like yeah, you could. It's easy to point blame at the stupidity out of those people, but those are just stupid people. I blame the people that gave those kids to them, right, without doing their homework or their research or anything in that sort of nature. Also, these was kids, from my understanding, right?
Yep.
So what about the school system, right? I'm pretty sure they saw some differences as well. So I can
They,
sit back and
they didn't go to school.
well, that's an even bigger problem, right? So
Yeah,
there's
they didn't. They
processes to
just they
all of
didn't
that.
never send them to school.
And we can say, oh well, they should have homeschooled. Like there's a process for all of this stuff, right? Like it doesn't matter how you look at it. So first of all, 300 years they should have been given a death penalty, and I really don't believe no one should die. But at the same time, people do stupid stuff. Uh, they should be thrown under the jail, and I think that was stupid.
Yep.
Um, but I also can't blame them. I blame the system. Like that. It's that plain and simple, man.
No, I blame both. You can't let them slide. Like they know what's
Yeah.
right from wrong. Like they knew what they were doing. They adopted those kids on purpose with a reason.
Well, it's
And
To
money.
treat them
It's
that way.
money.
The money too, but they also got those kids to treated them that way on purpose. Like
Yeah.
you could have still got your money and still did that and did right by the kids,
and did
right?
none of
And
those kids
exposed
try and run away or anything? Did they live on a ranch or something where they couldn't get away?
they're on the farm. They're on the farm.
Oh, I wonder how big that thing was.
They had them working on the farm and living in a shed.
That's sad, bro. That is, I mean, it's like your stories are running into each other, right?
Yeah,
It's sad. Yeah, it's just not one of those things that you can. It's not one of those things that you can imagine. But if it happened to just this group, imagine how many people it's actually happening to,
correct.
right? In today's world that we're
Like
not
they
aware of.
had to have been talking to other people to
Oh,
know that they could get
100%.
away with it.
Oh, 100%. Right.
Yeah, but
So go ahead, Platt.
look at the guy here about 8 months ago that used to sit up here in the Esplanade Plaza and beg for like dollars, and he would have like "God bless you" and sell like the bottled waters off there. And me and Tram would drive by there every day. I was like, God, he's up there every day. It's like 100 degrees or it's like 32 degrees, and he's out there just barely doing anything. I was like, what happened? And finally, we found out that that kid was being trafficked by his stepfather because his mother died, and he kind of had a little bit of like mental retardation, I guess you would say in a polite way, on there. And he was having him, so he had this super nice house. He couldn't go home until he had so much money raised to give to this stepdad, and then had him sleeping out in the shed in his backyard with no heater, no nothing, with just a sleeping bag. And they finally came up and caught that and arrested that dude. And that would he just that stepdad I just saw in the Hillsborough paper or whatnot. He just went to jail, but he
I
only got very little time, only like
I,
four
I
years or
think there
something.
should be a process. Like I just think there should be a process. And Mike, listen to what you say. He got very little time where these people got 300 years,
Hmm.
right? Like that just shows you how broken our system is, depending on the state
Yeah,
that
I
you're
agree.
actually in. Every state carries their own laws, right? I tell people this all the time. The people I have no, zero, absolutely zero sympathy for are sex offenders and people that people that adult kids and stuff. I don't I have zero, like, I have zero patience for that, man. Like, and those are the people that it's amazing. We'll put a person in prison for 30 years for selling a dime bag of weed, but these people get off scot free, and all they got to do is register, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
blame
I
mental
agree.
health for them. Why don't we blame mental health for the dude that just sold the dime bag, right? Like, man, he was
Or
broke,
yeah,
so he had a mental health
mentally and
problem. He was
verbally. Yep,
broke.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
You're broke, bro. So okay, he had to go do
I
what he
mean,
had
you
to do to
can't
make
judge
money.
anybody's mental health, right?
Yeah, you
Like
can't. There's
my
no
mental health may
apparently
be broken differently than yours.
there's no definition for it, right? And as you tell that story, it's bad for those kids that was adopted. But I do think that we need more processes and guardrails in place, especially if kids aren't in school and kids are
Hmm.
homeschooled. There should be some sort of welfare check for any kid
You still
that
check
is
it in like
homeschooled,
once a week.
whether it's
Yeah.
yours or whether it's not yours. It doesn't matter, because if you think about it, a kid that homeschools has to submit certain criterias and stuff to the state, just showing that they're progressing. How do you
That's
even
right.
know that it's that kid?
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah,
Parents could be doing the work.
yeah. So I don't know. I just
Yeah,
think
my kid graduated with honors. Didn't do a
I,
single thing.
I just think this country is just ass backwards, man. And it's been that way. And I think the older I get, and the more I start to, um, I'm not gonna say move my career towards politics, but I start to get in politics a little bit more and start to learn about it. I just think we're just so backwards. It's crazy, man. It's crazy in today's world.
You got Stephen A. Smith wanting to run for politics.
Like, I know he's gonna be his running mate. Him and Stephen A.
I you
Here's a
know
little not so
I
crazy
should
one, just
send him.
to
I should
influence
send
some
him. I
people
should
stuff.
send him a message. I would love to be his running mate.
He'd be like, "Who you know?" He's like, "Man, who do you know?"
Bro, I get the
He's like,
lowest
"I know
level.
all the little people.
I get the
I gotta
lowest
get you know the
level
little
votes,
people."
man. I get the lowest level votes.
Last week, two guys in Missouri, Brian Kelly and Tyler Thompson, were pulled over for driving while under the influence and
Mm.
drug possession. Get this. They were clocked going 4 miles an hour on Interstate 44. They weren't coherent and wouldn't pull over. So the cop pulled over his car, got out, and walked on the side of their car and knocked on the window until they woke up. And then they woke up, pulled over, and parked.
I saw that.
How crazy is that? What is the fastest? I'm not going to ask how the slowest you ever gone on the highway. What is the fastest you've ever gone on the highway?
I've
You
been
can't
about
get a ticket for
120 on a
it.
motorcycle.
I,
120?
well,
On a motorcycle.
I got a
Damn, Mike.
ticket for going
When was this?
127. I got a ticket for going 127, and I had to go to court and stuff.
Wait a minute. You got a ticket for going 127. Then you
Yeah, yeah.
impounded your car.
He let me go. He didn't send me to jail, uh, which was
That's
awesome of that
reckless.
guy. But he made me go to court, and I had to go back with my coach. But yeah, no, that was the fastest I was going. And I was
Oof.
traveling across country, right? And again, I don't know if you guys have ever taken a trip across country, and I know Platinum has already heard this story because I got a ticket while telling him the story. But
True.
when you're driving a long period of time, you really do become a little bit weary or delusional, especially if you're by yourself. I've driven across country like 4 or 5 times. And I'm gonna be honest, I was so zoned out. Like the helicopters was on top of me. And there was nobody around.
Man, he
And
was
I
on
would,
pursuit. He
yeah,
was
I
catching
literally
subs.
was. So by the time they pulled me over, I had like 4 cops behind me, a helicopter in the air. It was actually pretty impressive. But shout out to that cop because he made me get out the car. He had a long
How they let
conversation
you
with
go?
me.
After
I'm
all
telling
that
you, man,
stuff, they still let you go?
Arizona, man, Arizona.
Man, after all that, they would have had guns drawn. They would have thrown me
They
out
did
on
not,
the
but
ground,
but you know
sent the
what? Like,
dogs to still bite me after I was already out.
but this was what 2003. I don't think they was
Oh, okay.
drawing guns like they are today, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
Like yeah, this was
stuff
2002,
was still happening, but not
2003.
like that.
So yeah, I mean, it was still happening, but it wasn't
Or,
happening at the
or
rate
it
it's
was still
happening
happening. We
today.
just didn't have camera phones out recording it every single minute.
Yeah, yeah. No, I had a $795 fine and 200 hours of community service.
Would you do your community service at? You didn't do it. The teacher worked that off. Nice try.
I really,
Nice try. You know
I
what?
did.
I didn't do community service either when I have it. You know where I did? I went to my pastor. I said, "Listen, pastor, I just need you to sign these forms for me right here.
Your pastor
I'm gonna
going
go
to
ahead and do this
jail.
community service."
Yo, I did. I did. Like again, one of the things as an athlete, back then, you do a lot. You already do a lot of community service work, right? So they just
Yeah.
baited it in that, right? Like going to kids' school, working with kids, all of that stuff. So that part was a win-win. Um, and I've went 100 plus a few different times in life. Now that I'm older, like now all of a sudden people flying by me and I'm mad now.
Oh shoot, I'll
I
still be
don't
fine.
I don't know if it's because
Matter
I
of
want
fact,
to speed up and I know the
matter
value
of
of a ticket now, or I don't know if it's because I'm like they're idiots. I don't get it. But now I'm mad now when people fly by me.
oh no, I'll be flying. Matter of fact, I
Yeah,
might be on the road tomorrow flying. Just to
yeah,
let y'all know. Oh,
yeah.
by the way, this is the last farewell to my black on black Chevy. It
Uh-oh.
will be getting traded in
That's
tomorrow.
what I was just told. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, baby. Platinum blur that part out. Cause she
What am
did
I
tell me if
blurring?
I want to run for mayor, I need to plead the fifth if they ask me that question. So I kind of agree with her. So we're gonna have to remove that ticket part later on. We can't let that go viral. I I think that's
Like they
important.
ain't got no. You worried about a speeding ticket? Man, them dudes be doing way worse than that. You worried
Well,
about
I
a speeding ticket? They
yeah
be like,
yeah, but
shoot, come on,
they
boy.
do
You only got a speeding ticket?
they do
You be
That's
the
worse.
about
mayor
right.
tomorrow.
They do
Yep.
worse after they already there. I got to get there first.
So you already there. Them dudes, people just be signing up to be mayor here. Like you can go be mayor. I could probably be Mayor Cornelius. Don't nobody even know who the mayor is here.
No,
Yeah, you don't
I
even
have
own
no
your own city. You
idea.
don't even have a high school here,
I do want to
right?
do something
Your
else.
your high school, your kids go to other cities for high school. You don't even got a high school here.
I
Oh
do
man.
want to explore. I wonder what my real calling is. I'm curious. I know
Hey,
coaching is one. I know I
I
have my
heard
day
that
job,
if you be running, you be getting the money. So let's go ahead.
but
I could
I'm
be
just
like the
always curious
treasurer or
about it.
something.
Oh
You can
boy,
you can pimp out the private jet down to Vegas for us
no,
then
no, we ain't pimping nothing out.
on the taxpayer dollars.
You can't use the word pimp
Hey,
when
hey, next thing you know, Mike, I'm paying taxes like a mofo because I'm getting that money right back. Be like, how much you paying taxes this year? 100%.
oh man. Yeah, so
You
you
about to
paying
get
the
Mike give me
taxes
10%
now.
back. I'm fast.
Nah, but yeah, no, sometimes I do really think I should go politics because I think I'm so conservative, right? I'm not for the right, I'm not for the left. I fuss at both of them, so I don't like I can't go independent because they don't have enough votes. And I was talking to my wife last week because I was like, we have the red party, we have the blue party.
Are they gonna
I'm
vote for you
assuming,
now?
I'm assuming we going for I'm assuming we're looking at the flag. Where's the white party? Then she was like, "There's a reason you can't say that." I was like, "That's a good point."
I told you that.
You got to go with the
Yeah, you
Green
can't have the
Party.
white party.
No, I can't go with the green
There's no
party, man.
black party.
Yeah, I can't go with the
Go
green.
with the green
But
party.
but there's no black in
All the
our flag
teams.
though.
I know,
I
but there
can't
still is a black party.
I can't go with the green party. I'm gonna have to create a new party.
There's no green on our flag. There's still a green party.
That's true.
Yeah.
Is that just
But
for the
don't
islands?
but don't
Is
red
that
and
like
don't
what?
red and blue but don't red and blue make green?
We said this last time.
The red and blue make
No,
purple.
purple.
Oh, well. Oh,
So
purple
you
party.
want purple flag?
Who
Mike, is
playing
that you?
music? No, that ain't me.
Mike over
Who
there
playing
jamming all of a
music?
sudden. Oh, it's karaoke night.
Oh, that's Tram. Tram's upstairs.
Yep.
She got her
Let
new.
her
Night.
know, let
She
her
got
know
her.
you on.
She got her that. I'm all the way downstairs, and she got her new micros. Um,
Let, can you
so
let
now
her
she's
know
up
that?
there.
Let her know you on the podcast right now.
I will. I'll let her know.
She getting her sing on.
Oh
Walk up there and be
man.
like, big
Yeah.
news right now, Mike.
What's
Big,
that?
big
What's the
news.
big
I
news?
think we're not even gonna get to questions because I think this conversation is gonna last a good 15 to 20 minutes. But if
What
not,
you
we
got?
may get to questions.
What you got?
Well, we already know what's happening right now in America. We are at war with some people that didn't really wait. Okay, first of all, no one knew we were going to war until you just said, "Hey, you know what? We're going to war."
Mhm,
But usually that's usually voted on or they talked about it and they said, "Yeah, we think we should do it," or "No, I don't think we should." He didn't
mhm.
care, and I think if they would have said no anyway, he would have still done it. How do you guys feel about what's happening and where do you think this is going to go?
Well,
This is why we bought you on here.
the so what was it? 2 months ago, we bombed the hell out of them. He came back and he said they shut down their whole um, enrichment program. They're not going to be able to make enrichment uranium anymore. So that was supposed to have squashed it all. And then all of a sudden, he popped up, and now we got to bomb them all of a sudden. I just don't get it. I don't get why something that was squashed. They already killed one major player and bombed all their resources and stuff to make the uranium. But
Mhm.
then now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Israel and them have to get together. I think it's just been a plot the whole time through Israel to get to Iran,
Mhm.
and I just don't think we shouldn't be in it.
Mhm.
I think Israel, we should cut Israel off 100% from any funding
Not
that
gonna happen.
our taxes fund for them to get everything, and just pull pull the blinds back and let the Middle East duke it out. Whoever comes, it's like a cage match. Whoever comes out on top, you got it. You
So they've
know.
been so they've been fighting since the Jesus days,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think it'll never change. Um, and most times I don't know what you're fighting over. There's so much territory in this world. Just move across the street. Um, I don't have the answer for the why. I think what I am bothered over is the young Americans that signed up for our military. And I get that you guys are saying I get that you guys may say, well, that's part of their job. I understand that, but their
They're not
job is to
defending America.
protect. Like understand their job is to protect our country. Their
Our
job is not
country.
their job is not to be put in situations because we got male egos and things like that. Because they don't want to do deals, right? That's what it is. It's just a deal. It's almost like when a drug deal goes bad.
I was just about to
Unfortunately,
say that.
unfortunately, we have country deals, right? And this is a country deal that has went bad, right? And the difference between a drug deal and a country deal, is a drug deal, you typically only have your hood, it's just a couple peoples, right?
Whatever.
Now you're dealing with a whole
Well, yeah.
country, right? At the country level, and now everyone's at risk and whatnot. Um, I I don't know, bro. Like at the end of the day, I don't know. Only thing I know is that 3 soldiers was killed today. Um,
I
I
think they're
know
saying more than that.
I know like even when I pray at night or whatnot, I always pray for safety of myself and my family, but also just for all families, right? Because I think that's important, man, and that's the
Yeah.
more sadder part of the news than us dropping bombs on people's right, like. But at the same time, Iran also needs to stop firing bombs as well because I think they dropped one in Dubai at the airport, right? And that's one of the
Yeah,
busiest
they struck.
airports in the country.
They bombed the mess out of them.
So
But
so
Well, they're bombing everybody that the United States
I
has
I get that. I
air
get
bases at.
yeah,
they're bombing the people that ain't trying to bomb
I,
nobody. That's who
I
they
get
bombing.
that. But some of the videos I
That
saw,
that's like the bully hitting you and then you turn around and hitting the girl or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
like come on because
yeah,
you
and
you
we've
ain't trying to
seen those
fight back. You
situations.
just you're
Yeah,
trying to fight but you ain't trying to fight back.
yeah, and I get that. I get that those countries don't have missiles big enough to come close to
Right.
our country, right? Which is why we safe. That's my understanding of the reason why they go and bomb the places close to them because their missiles doesn't go as far
Correct.
as
Yeah.
our missiles,
Don't
right?
get shot down.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I get that, but you can't go and fight the girlfriend just because you're being bullied, right? And I just think it's crazy. First of all, I'm against war. Period. I
I
feel
agree.
like you guys all should be able to sit at a
It's
table as adults, have your differences, value your differences, and move on, right?
for the
But I
lives of
just
people.
think I just think it's crazy that the people that are dying are the people that aren't even making the decisions. How about you get your
Correct.
ass on one of them planes and you go over there and drop that missile
Hmm.
or whatnot, right? Versus sending a 20-year-old kid or 19-year-old kid. And again, like I say, people will have disagreements with hearing this because people love to say that's their job, right? Because I hear that a lot with our professional athletes as well. But at the same time, um, y- you know, yeah, they're human, right? Like they're human. So, that they didn't ask. Like I was watching a video of one of our planes doing a sweet maneuver. I mean, that pilot deserves a raise trying to avoid a bomb, right? And I just think, I don't know. I just think it's crazy. I just think what our president and what our presidents are doing and their leaders in the other countries are doing is wrong. But I guess when you're in position of power, you tell everybody else what to do and you don't care about anybody else but yourself. Because I guarantee you won't have any of your family members in those planes or on the ground or on those Navy ships and stuff, trying to do such thing. And I just think it's wrong.
What's the stuff that they're supposed to stop making?
Enriched uranium for
Enrich
Isn't that the
nuclear.
uranium.
same stuff? Isn't that the same stuff that Homer Simpson works in the factory or whatever makes?
Yeah,
On
kind
Yes,
of.
it
Yeah,
is.
isn't that what he
It
does?
is.
yes, yeah.
It is from The Simpsons. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to figure this out because I was like, there's a reason. I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, first of all,
Why does The
how
Simpsons
can you
always
tell?
predict what's happening in our
Not
country
only that, but that's the thing is like, how can you dictate and tell somebody what in a whole country they can make?
when it's their country?
But nobody can tell you what to do.
Yeah, when it's their country and you don't own the country.
Yeah, like
You you
correct.
you
Like
have no
if
stake in
that's
that
what they
country.
want to do, do it. But just keep it to yourself. The minute
Yep,
you try to do something crazy with it, then we have to make a reaction.
yep.
But you shouldn't be able to dictate what people do in a whole nother country
Man,
Well,
when it's
man,
not yours.
I
man,
think
he
they want to keep them from having it. It's kind of like the whole thing with
I I,
North and South
I
Korea.
understand what they're trying to
You
do.
know, like
I understand what
Jim.
they're trying to do, but you can't make every country be like you.
Yeah, you.
Like I
They're
understand what you're
basically
trying to do,
want
but every
want them
country's
to
not
bend to our will.
I
On
just
that.
correct.
So,
I just think Mike and Platinum, we need to fix we need to fix the stuff. I was about to say something else. That's in our own country, right? And
mhm.
stop worrying about everybody else, right? Like I think that's our biggest problem right there is we're the protective of all of these other countries and stuff. And many of these countries, believe it or not, are safe, right? They're fine, right? They're doing fine without us. I don't think they need our resources. Uh, but I think that we're so protective of other countries where we're having our own
Hmm.
problems in our own country, right? And
Oh
I think
no, but it's
we need to focus on us
also
first.
extraction.
Well, America's become the Karen of countries. We want to go out and get in everybody's freaking business instead of dealing with our own rat killing.
Oh yeah.
So it's just
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
terrible.
saying.
yeah,
It's also a distraction. It's distraction from what's going on, the
in our own
Epstein
country.
files, all
Yeah,
that other stuff.
yeah,
Distraction.
yeah.
Yep. So
But we
now
also,
you're not worried about that. You're worried about the war.
yeah, but we
He knows
also
what he's
don't do a
doing when he
really good
does it,
job.
but yeah, you know
Yeah,
what he's
we
doing.
also, yeah, because he takes the attentions off of everything that's happening in our own country for a few days, right? Because that's one thing about the media.
Hmm.
It's a few days and they move on, right? And I don't know. I just think it's wrong. Period. Like it's sad. It's wrong. Um, I've never understood. Well, I guess I do understand all of these big ass missiles and like what are we trying to do?
My thing is, how do you live your life? Like, how do you go to work and just live a normal day when they're just dropping bombs? Like I'm just watching the people as they show videos and
Mhm.
different things and stuff that's going on. I'm like, how are you just
Or people driving and catching a video while they're driving. Yeah.
you're like, how are you just kicking it? Like I'll be looking up in the sky all day trying to figure out where I gotta, you know,
Well, it's like
dodge and
that
move.
guy that's just sitting out there on his patio,
On his
and
balcony
the
in the
thing's just dropping like a few hundred
Yeah, the
yards away from
pieces.
him, and then he's
Yeah.
just like, I'm just like, damn.
I
And
I
they
don't
still
know.
on fire, sitting on
Are
top of
are
the
you
on
are
top of the
you
roof, and they're just out there videoing it. Like it's
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but are you so ingrained of that like type of stuff going on in your
I think they
country
are.
that bombs are falling all the time? It's just like people in the Midwest. Oh, I got a tornado coming. We'll just
Yeah.
go out and take a look at it,
Yeah. I
versus
I do.
seeking
yes, I
shelter.
guess you get immune
I
to it.
Yeah, no, I do think that they've become so accustomed to it in those countries. Like again, like I said, they've been fighting since the Jesus days. So this is nothing new to them. It's new to
Mhm.
somebody come drop a
Over a
bomb in the
strip of
United
land.
States. Like it'll be net new to all of us, right? Because we're that country that has all of these defenses up. It's just not gonna happen. Right. But yeah, no, I agree. Like maybe they're just so accustomed to the fighting, or they're probably thinking, well, another country we're going at war with, right? Like it's nothing new to them. Where for us, we're like, what is going on?
So let me ask you. So you have that mentality of everything that's going on. So when you're out there on the streets, you have it in the back of your mind that these bombs can blow up, though. So are you living your life like to the best you can every single day over there,
Maybe
knowing
they're
that
yeah,
that
yeah,
bomb might be sitting on that bus
Well, I
that
mean,
you're getting on?
yeah, man, yeah, no fear, right?
I
Like
mean,
Yeah.
it's just like the stuff that's happening here with the random shootings at random places, right? Like just recently down at a bar in Austin or whatever that was at.
Texas.
The guy
Yeah, I
shot
saw that.
killed seven. Texas, yeah, shot and killed seven, shot 14 people,
Yeah,
killed
and let me
seven.
guess. Let me guess. We're gonna blame
A
mental health.
bar. I don't know what they're gonna blame. I don't.
We're
Well,
Well,
going to.
that's I
that's
mean,
that's the guy that went in with the Iranian
Mhm.
flag and everything on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he and
They're blaming terrorism right now.
well, this is
okay.
Iran, the fourth largest army in the world, right? California has the largest Iran population
Iranian population. Yep.
in America. Let's just sit there and say that you know you don't have these cells, and darn well they have these cells here in the United States, and they're yeah, they might not get you with a bomb over there, you launch something over here. They'll get you here in America. I mean, I remember when we lived in Germany, we went to an arms show in Germany, and this is how I would say lucky I am. We were leaving the arms show in Germany, and I was going to go throw a soda in the trash can. My dad's friends like, oh no, let me go throw that away for you. So they went. He threw it away, and they had a bomb in the trash can. The bomb went off, right, and it took his right arm and right leg off, right.
What?
That could have been me. I was heading over there, and we were only maybe 75 yards away from it when it blew
Mhm.
on there. So, um, growing up in a military household and stuff like that, so I have um, been subject to um, like terrorist attack.
Yeah,
It wasn't like Iran. It was the IDF. It was
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's no doubt about that. There's sales or cults or whatever you want to call. Like we've learned that since 2020. It's been insane, right? But I don't know. I think but our government allow it, just like everyone else allow it, because we have all of these AKA dark webs where all of
Hmm.
these hate crimes and stuff are on these websites and stuff. So they know it. They're
Oh yeah,
enabling it
yeah,
until something happens, right?
right.
And then when it happens, all of a sudden we've been investigating them for months on top of
2
months.
years. We've been
It
investigating
is
for two
a
years, and they're finally about
crime.
to do something.
Yeah, it is a crime to be part of a group that's intent to have hate. If it's not, we need to make it a crime, right? So
No, because what they're doing is they're trying to wait to find a bigger fish.
yeah, I just think all of this happens, everything that's happening in our country. Our governments are equally to blame. Again, we always
Hmm.
sit around and we blame the individual that actually committed the crime, right? But it rose up, right? We always talk about what was it? And during the Biden administration, they talked about gun violence, right? And gun restrictions, gun reform, right? And then you got the Republicans. We don't need gun reinformants, right? I always say until it's your family member, you're okay with that, right? But as soon as it's somebody close to you, you want to cry gun reinforcement and stuff. At the end of the day, guns don't kill people, right? It's stupid MFs with guns. It's the people that's doing the killing. It's that plain. It's that plain and simple, right? We sit around, we talk about the other countries. How come their gun
And you don't
violence
even need
ain't
a
up?
gun. These last ones have been knives.
You don't, because now you're seeing knives and stuff, right? You're seeing all of this other stuff, but I just think, it's just hard for me to get on the mental health bandwagon side, because I think there's people out there that's really is hurting from mental health, and we clump them
Yeah.
into the same category as we clumping all of these murderers, and that's why it's just so
Hmm.
hard for me to get on that bandwagon, right? Do I have mental breakdowns? Do I have mental health days? Yeah, I take a day off, right? Take a day off from life just to reset your mind and then you're back, right? Like, but I don't know. I just look at all of these people, man, and I'm like, damn, dude, like we can't keep blaming mental health for all of it. For everything that's happening, there's always some sort of mental health with it.
Yep.
Mike, you good?
No, I 100% agree on that. And was it back in the 90s that they started removing all mental the mental health like facilities
Mhm.
to get everybody help that with the mental health because they said they because those are people that can't pay for health insurance,
Yep.
so then it was coming out of the government, so they're like, well, we can't fund that.
Hmm.
But now that those are the places that we need
Yeah.
for these
Yeah.
people
Hmm.
to go in, maybe spend a week, maybe have to spend a month, maybe you're schizophrenic and your meds aren't working right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that, that they sit there and get you get you put back on the right track. But yeah, it's just like I think instead of shooting 90 freaking missiles at Iran, take the cost of those and put it in the mental health here in the United States. You,
Yeah.
that party talks about America first. That's America first.
Well,
You
that's why
know,
a lot of people. That's why a lot of people left the party, because that was the pitch, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of
You
them,
think that
right?
was
Uh,
cool
it it
too?
was it was America first, right? Like that was the pitch that this dude made to get in the White House, and frankly, that's why a lot of people actually voted for him, right? Because he was talking about America first. The only thing he's done for America, is he secured our borders, right? I thought Obama had a really good border policy. Then Joe Biden came and said, "Let everybody in," and then all of a sudden he's closed the borders. I do think that's the only good thing that he's done. Again, that quote unquote, that has nothing to do with ice. I want to call it out because I don't want people on this chat thinking Mo's for ice. Mo is not for ice, okay? Mo's for ice cold cup of water, but not ice, okay?
Ice cream.
But the border patrols and stuff and how we do it is very important. You know, it just amazes me that every politician we have in this country is rich, right? While everyone else is struggling. It doesn't matter where you are. Every politician in this world, in this country, is rich,
I need to be
right? My
because
thing
they
is,
gonna be
how is
coming
it
out.
how is it you can start politicians broke, but you walk out of politicians rich?
You just
Make
gotta have
that
a
make sense.
mouthpiece. That's what
Because
you run to.
and my wife was telling me, well, they get a lot of donations. They get donations for their campaigns and their job. That doesn't
Yeah,
make
that's
you rich as
that's
a
my
person.
lifestyle.
That's my
My
confusion right there,
lifestyle.
right? So I don't know, man. Our country is just like the
Oh, you
resources
won't be
and
able to run
stuff
for
that we
office. You
have
gotta
is
know
just
what to do with the money.
you,
bad.
you got to know where the money's at, right?
Exactly, man.
That and you gotta know what to do with it. They'll be like,
Yeah,
listen, man, I'm gonna give you this 40,000, but you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do.
yeah, yeah. I don't
You
know.
go ahead and
Maybe,
vote yes
maybe
on this one.
But maybe
Yeah.
we do need to dump our money into, mental health, and let's see how many people do check into facilities and stuff. I don't know. I don't have the answer. All I know is everyone is dealing with something different in this world. You
Yeah.
don't know what people are dealing with until they talk about it. Um, and it's okay to be not okay, right? But don't go and take that out on other people's and then say I had a mental problem that day.
Yep.
If that's the case, you're giving everybody the right to do the same thing.
Well, I might have one of those when that Brinks truck comes by.
Boy, you been trying to. Boy, you been trying to. Hey, we
Matter of
we
fact,
were
I just
going.
told my wife that today. I said,
You better make
hey,
sure
that
that
Brinks truck on my name.
they're picking up and not dropping off. You know.
Hey,
I'd be
where
like,
were
this
we?
mental health
We
day
were
I gotta
headed.
take.
We were headed to the airport one day. And we stopped to get money, and the Brinks truck pulled up. I said, "There's your sign right there. You've been telling me this for years. Go ahead. I'm
Already yet.
gonna sit here and watch this, and I'm gonna record it so that I can share my testimony at the end."
It's already on here. I can't do it. They're gonna be like, you already this was pre-planned. You done been planning this for 10 years.
Oh man.
I told her, I was like, hey, all I gotta do is get away for a month so I can hide
Yeah.
the money. I can go put in my 6 years.
Yeah.
Chat, we're gonna go about 10 minutes over because I was late today. I apologize in
I
advance.
can put in my 6 years of time, bury that. She was like, why would you bury it? Just tell me where it's at. I said, I can't tell you because then they'll take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Then I gotta go bury
You'd
it.
be the first one they watching.
Yeah, they'd be like,
She
where's she going?
She going to dig it up. Follow her.
Hey, she done hired the bulldozer, and the bulldozer come rolling over there one day. Tell us, what are you doing, ma'am?
That
Building
dude in the
pool.
bulldozer
Building a pool.
from Vegas.
Oh man, what else we got going on, man?
You just gotta make sure you get like a bowling alley locker and just pay it up front for like 10 years. Here you go. Here's
No, it's like in the
There's
storage.
$600 and just store it in the bowling
Stored
locker.
somewhere in some random spot.
Impossible
Only I
to
have been
find.
ever in my life.
Impossible to find.
Only one other person know. Cash.
And he ain't talking.
Yeah, he gonna be looking at him like, where he go?
We what do we got? We got some sports we can get into. I got a couple questions. Actually, my questions aren't really questions. They're more of a
Statement.
I've got a question.
What you got?
go ahead, Mike. I got
And
some
it has
stuff to
and it
ask,
has
but
and it has to do with sports.
Uh-oh.
So you know my team's the Kansas Jayhawks, right? And I've been watching Bill Self, and they got the one player on the team that's
Peterson.
like their God, I can't even think of his name. Like their number one
Peterson.
player.
Platinum just
Yeah.
to
Darren
Peterson, buddy.
Peterson.
Yeah.
We know who
And
he
they
is.
were
Well,
talking
that's
about
your team. You should know his name.
well, I haven't followed very much. I just got the bat. I just got
okay.
everything going on.
Go
And they were
ahead.
talking about him getting paid all this money, and then
Yep.
he's opting out like during like high profile games of not wanting to play because of
Load
workload.
management.
Yeah, load management.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And
That's Mo's favorite player.
and Bill Self came on today and was like talking about it and like how they're having, but talking about how
He's
the
struggling
money
as a
the
manage
money's
that. Yep.
ruining
Yep.
the sport.
Yep.
Because now these kids, what do? You got a program that you set up around them, and
What's your
then
question, Mike? What's your question?
what
We get
do
all
we
of
do?
it.
What do we do? What do we do
The money's not ruining the
The
kid.
money's not ruining the kids.
The money's not.
He just has to be a different kind of coach.
Yeah. As a
Like,
coach.
you gotta be an NBA coach.
Yep. You gotta change who you are as a coach. You can't continue to coach college basketball of the 90s and early 2000s where the money was there, but you turned your head right while the money was being passed out left. Right? Because understand the money's always been there. I want to call it out. Right? The money has always been there. Now it's legal, right? So now you have to treat those individuals as a business asset, not just a college student. You understand? So if you're going to give someone $5 million and you're going to sit out of practice, right? Guess what? That's probably going to be a $5,000 fine. You're going to be late for film. That's probably going to be a $10,000 fine, right? So understand, money comes, money goes, right? And that would teach accountability. And that's how the league works, right? At the end of the day, the league fine them for everything that they do wrong. It doesn't matter what the situation is. You're starting to see a lot more college teams doing the same thing. I think Penny Hardaway is one of them. Dion also finds his kids as well. When you're late, you're late. When you're not doing the right thing, we're taking that money back, whether you like it or not. Bill Self is going to have to change. He's going to have to change or retire like the other coaches.
He's got to give him some kind of fines. There's some kind of ultimatum. You can't just let him.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, but you bring these athletes in, and then
Doesn't matter.
they
Doesn't
sign a deal
Here's
for
the thing.
$4 million.
Mike.
You know,
all these other
And-
top players have no issues. It's only him.
Yeah.
So
do you
He's the only one sitting out. Everybody
So
else is playing.
yeah? So do you just? So to me, as a coach, I'd be like, is my program worth one player? You know,
No, it's
I'd be
not.
like,
So I
it's
let
like,
him go.
I would let him go too. I would just say, fine, go
So that-
somewhere else.
wait,
Just
wait,
like
though.
Go
what's
get
his?
ready for the go and get ready for the league.
But wait though. You guys got to understand. Bill Self also has to answer to a lot of booster people as well, right? Bill Self
I
don't get to
understand
make
that.
that. He don't
They
get to
should
make
also
that
see the
decision.
games.
Yeah, but he also don't get to make that decision. You guys got to understand that, right? So if he say I'm going to let him go, he also has to be okay with losing his job if those boosters are saying you're out, right? Because I think we all seen when that kid plays, Kansas is one of the best teams in the country when he plays,
He played the other
right?
night. They lost by 20.
But we also see that kid pick and choose what he wants to do when he wants to do it.
Correct.
Right. He can also be in the process of trying to tank his draft stocks because he
That's
also
what I was
knows
telling you the
that
other
if
day.
he goes and he be really good in college, he's more likely he's going to be drafted by a horrible team. If he goes and he be really bad in college, right? And they knowing today we pay kids off potential, not what they've done,
Yeah.
it's more than likely a really good team will pick him up.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think. I still don't think he's going to last to go to it.
if you see all these
team
problems
that-
at this young age, and you're going into the NBA, even though you're really good, it's like who's going to stick out their neck to sit there and say,
You're an
okay, you
asset.
went from 4 million, I'm going to jump you up to
You're an asset.
$15
though.
million a year.
Mike,
I would be,
Like the dude,
Mike, but you're an asset, Mike. You got to understand that. In the league, yeah, we may give you 15, but hell, we'll find you 15 too, net zero. You see what I'm saying? So the league finds a way to recover their money. College, they don't, right? And I think colleges has to do better. When you're signing contracts, I would try and sign players to 2 years now instead of one, right?
yeah.
Like there's ways that colleges can start to utilize this whole pay to play model. But I think the pay to play piece is happening way faster than what colleges can do to adapt.
Yeah.
you had
Platinum.
what's his name from St. John's that didn't want to go to Utah,
Mm-hmm.
and Utah still picked him. Like
Yep.
he did everything in his life to not go to Utah. He didn't even want to go there. He didn't go. He didn't fly out there for their meeting.
Last year.
He didn't fly
Yep.
out there for nothing. And I don't want to go there.
And they still
And they
drafted
still
him.
drafted him anyway. So
and,
I mean,
and how's he doing? Is he playing or is
I
he,
mean, I ain't really heard much about him. I mean, he was still a top pick. He still got his money wise, but he ain't really
Utah's
been
also
doing a lot in Utah.
Utah's also still one of the worst teams in the league that's in the process of
That
trying to
too.
tank again, right? So
Correct.
yeah, I think you'll know after 2 years. And at the same time, these kids are on rookie contract. The rookie contract is not the contract, it's that second contract, right?
Second year. Yeah.
So
Second
even
year.
when these
Second
kids do get the little couple million, now it's probably the same amount as college at this point, if not
College, yeah.
less. So you got to understand they're already seeing the money. Now you get drafted in the league. Now you're being fined. You can easily go into negatives. I just think Bill Self is going to have to change who he is as a coach. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I
The
honestly
guys.
just think Peterson's an anomaly. I don't think this will happen with a lot of kids, but I think now that some kids see him doing it, it may.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I was about to say that. It sucks because anytime one kid see one kid do it, they think that they can do the same thing, right? If you take the Steph Curry shot, right? Steph started hitting them crazy shots. Every kid felt like they
Yep.
needed to be a Steph Curry.
Yep.
Not the case.
Ooh. Good question there, Mike.
And the
about
next
the
thing,
fantastic.
I'll bring up my Oregon Ducks. I know Marcus don't want to hear it. Man,
What are
they're
you bringing
doing
up
some
about
pretty
them?
good stuff in the combine today. Sadiq.
Oh, I thought you were talking
ran-
about basketball. I was like, they got the same
Oh.
record we do. Suck.
Oh, Sadiq ran that 40 out of 4.39.
Oh, you
or
talking about
tight
the
end.
combine?
The combine, yeah, putting out some good numbers out there for the
I
players.
don't even think we
Oregon
had any
Duck
players participate in the combine this year.
So,
I wouldn't
I
I'm
ain't
doubt it.
gonna say I'm gonna put out there, go Ducks.
I ain't
Yeah,
got.
we'll see
I'll
who
let
gets drafted.
I'll let you keep that because I'll crush your heart if I talk about them dogs.
It actually all
Talk
been
about them dogs.
and doing great out here in the combine. I don't really. It used to be like a big thing to watch. Now I'm thinking about.
No, they used to have it as on ESPN as a whole day watch. Now they
Yeah,
don't.
like now it's like a 2 week
Not important.
thing.
Yeah, it's not important no more.
They done- Yeah, they done made it. They done made it be like a TV show. Like it's
Yeah, that's because
Well, you know, I think it all went bad when Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs ran his combine and his big old elephant dick fell out when he was running.
that is not Mike. First of all, you can't be saying that on here. Second of all,
of all things to remember. This is
that
what
is
Mike
not
brings
when
up.
it went bad. That is not when it went bad. So all the things to remember. Yeah,
No,
that's what
it
you want to
wasn't on
remember.
that. I was watching New Heights with the Kelsey Bros, and they had him on there, and they were talking about the combine, and they brought that up. I was like,
Oh
oh shit, I
man.
do remember that.
All the girls like, what? What call about? What was this? Where was that at?
Oh man,
What
nah.
dude's running with their things out?
The media just has gotten too involved in it, so it's not important no more. It's the same thing as the Pro Bowl, the
Oh yeah.
NBA All Star Game, all of these things that we used to love growing up, and we used to live for to watch. Right, the Pro Bowl in Hawaii with the skills competition and
Hmm.
everything.
Those were the
The
best.
Yep.
the NBA All Star Game, we lived up to that Sunday moment. Right, all everything was great. Hell, you can even go with the Major League Baseball All Star Game. Everything used to be great, but now all of a sudden, media is now all involved, right? So it's not as fun no more. So that's why you don't hear about it or you don't watch it as much anymore, man.
Well, I just don't think, you know,
Watered
I think
down.
Major League Baseball's pretty much stayed the same. I think the basketball and the football, I think the footballs went way off the deep
So,
end. They
so
might as
a couple things. Major League Baseball, you can say they stayed the same, but they're not hitting home runs like they used to, right? So obviously they stopped taking steroids or something's not popping off there, like it used to.
Obviously, they stopped
Um,
taking steroids.
with football, we can agree
That's
to
crazy.
disagree because I know people don't like the flag football model. Um, at the same time, I think it was LeBron I was listening to the other day when he was just talking about athletes. He said it's just unfortunately the athletes in today's world are not the athletes in the '90s, and we just have to adjust to that. He talks about the athletes in the '90s paved the way for the athletes today, which I agree. But today's athletes, they jump faster, they run faster, they run harder, just all of the intangibles that those athletes in the '90s did not have. They were just straight up hoopers or football players or whatever you want to call them, right? The body is different now, right? And we're refusing to adjust to it. When I say we, I'm talking media, right? It's refusing to adjust to the new way of doing things because we want the old way, which as we always say, what's the best way.
well, I want the skills back, you know. I want to see the long throw quarterbacks who can bomb it out to the end zone, you know. That's what I
Yeah,
want to see.
yeah.
Or
Or
like
hit the targets.
or when
Didn't they
you
still do
remember
that?
when that hit the targets that were on the little golf carts
Yeah,
and
yeah,
having to go
yeah,
through. Yeah,
yeah.
those
But they
I'm
also
not
have like everybody does things for money now. You
Yeah.
also got to look at that as well, Mike. Right? So you got to give
Not just a
incentive.
free trip to Hawaii.
Yeah, yeah. You got to
That's
give
not fun
incentives
anymore.
now, right? Because they're like, we can go to Hawaii anytime we want. Now all of a sudden, you got to give incentives to get people to do anything at these days, right? Otherwise, go talk to their agent, right?
yeah.
So you get a lot of people that actually back out. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to just call it out.
I
Hmm.
know it's money everything, man.
Money makes the world go round. Crazy question. So the word cowboy,
Mm.
why is it cowboy? Shouldn't it be horse boy?
Well, I think originally it was meant to be that they were cow herders. So they were boys that would herd cows. So then it became cowboys. I think that's
Oh,
originally how the term came. It's not what you were doing. It was the actions of herding
okay.
cows.
That's why we invite you, Mike, because
So
I'm
since you
sitting here,
stopped
my
doing that
head
action, shouldn't
spinning.
you? Yeah. So I was like, since you've done doing that action, shouldn't you be changed it? Shouldn't it have been something different?
Nah,
Since you're
I
no
like
longer
it.
doing
It's like
cow.
you get a hat and some boots, you're a cowboy. I got the hat, I got the boots.
Uh,
I'm lacking a
I just wanted to
buckle,
double check that because that
and
You
I'm
need the
just ready.
buckle.
I'm just ready to ride my bull.
You're not
I
riding
can't
a
I
bull.
can't I can't get one of those big
Speaking of
buckles.
bull, we got to get these big.
I got the
We
belly
got to
sitting
get this.
over that.
This what are we doing?
The rodeo.
Bull riding
Yeah,
rodeo. I don't know
yeah. I
why I
need
was
to
about to say
sit
the
and talk
roundup.
to
That's what I was
HD.
about to say.
Yeah, I do want to go to the national rodeo. I just think it's awesome.
And
But
it's in
yeah,
May. Oh yeah, I got time.
Is that in Vegas?
no, I think it's in
Oh,
Texas.
Dallas.
They have it in Texas.
Oh,
So
Yeah, Mike, I ain't never been to Texas. I'm
HD,
gonna wear these.
his sister is actually over all of the logistical piece for rodeo in general.
I want to do that Pendleton
Like you like my new
roundup,
look.
man. All I know is I hear just amazing things up there about that
Oh,
Pendleton roundup.
the one at the motor
Pendleton one?
center. That was the one that came to the motor center. It was absolutely outstanding, and it's probably because we had VIP to everything in there.
Did have VIP.
It was just
Can't go back.
phenomenal to be a part of.
Yeah,
I
that would be
enjoyed
fun.
it.
I would like to sit down there in that little cage and see that bull running
Me
at you.
too. Oh man, they was losing it.
It was awesome.
Get that
That was
get
very
that
nice. I was like,
cow
wait a minute.
puck kicked up on you, some cow shit thrown at you, sitting that close.
Hey, the dirt
Damn.
missed me a few times.
Dirt
Got
did
people
come
next to me.
through there. Dirt did come through.
Yeah, they don't tell you about that if you're sitting in the front row. That's why I was wondering why the front row was empty. I was like, why ain't nobody sitting in the front?
We're the only ones on. Yeah,
I was
They
like,
were
nah, it makes
reserved
sense.
for you, dude.
it was worth it though.
Nah,
I
no,
tell you
nobody
what,
sitting there. They were looking at us like these dudes are stupid as hell.
it was awesome.
Come
I
out, drink.
enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
They definitely should give you a drink with a cover for sure. Front row. You should not be having an open drink, or else they should be giving you a refund. Don't want no soil cider.
That's why you drink it before
Just
it
have to
happens.
say.
All right, you want to close us out, Platinum? Ashley, who you cutting? Mike,
Who you
do
cutting?
you have anybody to cut?
I'm cutting refs. These refs getting cut.
No,
These refs getting cut. I'm cutting them from.
I
cutting
didn't
them
get to
from
see the refs
game
on the
before.
last day, man.
Well,
Oh,
those
cut-
refs from our game too
Oh
are getting
no,
cut. I'm just cutting refs again. I feel sorry for refs this year. They've been cut a lot. I know
Go
y'all
ahead.
going through some stuff, but then y'all need to figure it out. Y'all got mental health problems going
Why
on.
you
And y'all need
Platinum?
to
Why are
take
you
those
wait,
mental
really
health
quick?
days
Really
out.
quick. I'll come back to you, Mike. Why are you cutting the refs, Platinum?
I just told you because they need some mental health days.
So you want to cut
They
them
be
due to
taking their
mental
mental
health?
health days out on some of the kids that they don't need to be taking it out on in teams.
So
they're getting cut for calling a technical foul at the end of a damn game. Who calls that shit?
so it's funny that you said that because
And they getting shot.
it's funny you said that because I was gonna cut the refs as well. We went to a game Friday night to support our buddy who was in the second round of the playoffs. And they were up 2 with 3 seconds to go in the game. They get a rebound, they threw it in the air. Time should have expired. It should have expired. The referees, the same referees we had the night before, which is very odd, called the foul. The clock ran out. Students ran on the court. They called a technical foul. Moral of the story is my buddy team went ahead and lost in 2 overtimes. I'm not going to talk about the free throws that those kids missed along the way that probably could have also won them the game. Bottom line, it should have never even went to overtime. That game should have been over. And those refs really took that away from those kids, and it sucks in playoffs. However, I'm also cutting the refs because I also was watching highlights of a Division III women's basketball game yesterday, and I don't understand how we get to college level and we can't review a play at the college level at the end of a game where the girl clearly got the shot off, which would have and made the shot, which would have sent them into overtime. Instead, the referees waved it off, and they went ahead and lost the game. That was a big game for them, by the way, from my understanding. That's why the refs are definitely getting cut this week. I just think it's just horrible. I mean, I know I have a bad team now, but what the refs has done lately, this week was just horrible. Everything I saw, this week was just bad. Mike, you sure you don't want to cut nobody before we get us out?
I'm gonna cut. Well, mine's not as exciting as yours. I'm cutting the gal at McDonald's that doesn't know how to make a half and half tea.
I thought he was gonna say something.
Mike, tell us more. We gonna wait this extra minute just for you. Tell us more.
I don't like their sweet tea because it's too sweet. They put too much sugar in it, but I like sweet tea. So I asked them to put regular tea, half regular tea, and half sweet tea, so it mellows it out, makes it good. So I get it through the drive-through. I drive around. It's just regular tea. I go in. I was like, "Hey, can I get this as a half and half?" And they're like, "Half and half what?" I was like, "Half sweet tea, half regular tea." And then they're like, "Well, what half did you get?" I was like, and I mean, it became like a 30-minute ordeal to teach this person how to make a half and half tea. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? It's like you pour half of it out of the sweet container and then you pour half of it out of the regular.
So Mike, they asked you what half did you get because they was gonna pull half of it out and fill it up with the other half for you. They didn't want to waste the whole tea. That's why they was asking you the question, buddy.
I was just like, come on.
Mike gave a 30-minute tutorial.
Yeah. I just wanted to go back and show them how to make it. I'm just like, nah.
Hey, we out. Hey, look, Platinum, take us home on out on the right there. I ain't got nothing else to say.
All right, guys. It's been fun.
We want to thank y'all for listening tonight. Please subscribe and share if you fell in the vibe. Hope our topic of discussion got you thinking right. We do this for y'all every Sunday night.
Have a good
We
one.
out.